We have one more story, and this story comes from Erin Brady, who was Miss USA 2013. Erin Brady of East Hampton is the first ever Miss Connecticut to be crowned Miss USA. She captured the title on June 16, 2013, and went on to represent the United States at the Miss Universe competition in Moscow, finishing in the top 10. Having grown up in a house influenced by alcohol and substance abuse, Erin has made it her mission to help children who have been affected by the same issues and to break the cycle of addiction. Erin?
Good afternoon, everyone. When I thought about this program and how the power of prevention, it really struck a chord with me. It took me back to a place in my life where most of my friends were talking about who was getting asked to prom or how they did on yesterday's calculus exam. But the reality for me was something far different. Growing up, I had the best parents. They were attentive, supportive, and loving. But there was a secret that lingered behind the walls of our home: substance abuse. And I say it like that because no one ever talked about it. The secret was one that never left our homes. I mean, after all, who wants to talk about this with your friends? Who wants to tell your teachers that you weren't unable to do your homework for the past 3 days because you were dealing with this stuff at home? Well, therein lies the problem. Topics like alcoholism, underage drinking, and substance abuse are not discussed in the ways that other illnesses were. There were conversations about cancers, diabetes, and other health-related issues, but no one mentioned alcoholism. It's not to say that any of these issues are less important, but when you never heard the mention of alcoholism and substance abuse as an illness, you couldn't help but feel emotions like embarrassment and shamefulness. Statistically, when alcoholism runs in families, the children are 4 times more likely than other children to become alcoholics themselves. I'm one of the very fortunate ones that can stand here today and say that I was able to change this, not just for myself, but for my 2 younger sisters. From my own experiences, I would have loved for there to have been a program offered in school or a group of us that could meet after school who could just sit and share these stories and experiences with one another. Instead, I was forced to seek out help on my own through programs like Al-Anon and Al-Ateen. And if it weren't for fellow coworkers mentioning these to me, I would have no idea that they existed at all. The reality is that young children and teens don't want to be the outsiders. They don't want to admit that there's something out of the ordinary that goes on at home. Little did I know, more of us had the same problems at home. It's just that no one wanted to talk about it. As if your life as a 14-year-old is not hectic enough, you walk around with this weight on your shoulders every day and are forced to put on a smile every single day. If we as a team are able to offer educational programs and meetings where kids can feel comfortable and can go and not feel ashamed, who knows what positive things can come from this. For one, I can imagine that these kids would feel more included than isolated. They would be able to have a group of friends that they could go to and share these experiences and struggles without feeling like they have to wear a mask of happiness all of the time. It's so wonderful to see that all of you are here today in support of this imperative cause. Take it from people like myself, these educational programs are so important. It really does help, and it allows kids to have some moments of normalcy in the chaos of life. The groups that are already in motion, like Students Against Destructive Decisions, are just the beginning of this movement towards making some serious changes. Every little bit helps and does not go unnoticed. Please understand the power of prevention and be inspired. Thank you.